Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast with Mike Trainer, Jay Jules, and John Depot. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the BBO NYG Podcast, Week 1. Coming up, I'm Mike, that's Jules, that's Sean. Guys, another season. Hopefully, we've been doing this podcast so long. I'm hoping it's like a couple years ago when we had such a great year. Our energy, our vibe was fucking like positive. Let's just hope for a good year, man. Another nice little playoff run. Be so sweet. So sweet. Come on.
Listen. At least if it's just a step forward. That's it. Just a step forward. A step forward. You know what I mean? And we can look good again. Yeah, I'm gonna let you jump in because I'm still drafting. I'm on deck right now. So
It's
that's
awesome.
the whole thing you guys want to segue about.
One thing that we got to remember, the NFL isn't really a league that you're, 1 year you're 4 wins, 1 year you're 6 wins, 1 year you're 8 wins, and then you're a 12-win team. Generally, that's not how it works. Usually,
Not with the Giants.
No, definitely not with the fucking Giants. But
I know
mean
people are
in
gonna
general.
throw out that 49ers shit when they fucking made the draft pick and they had the number 2 pick and then we're in the Super Bowl the following year. But
I mean, yeah, I don't want to.
they also had a
too
shit ton of
extreme.
injuries that year. So
Yeah, I don't want to go too extreme. There's not a 0% chance, but a better than that chance that the Giants go from a very difficult watch for 17 games last year to a season where it could be fun down the stretch into January. Who knows about playoffs? Who knows about winning games in the playoffs? That's for a conversation for another day. But right now, we're fucking 72 hours or 104 hours away from fucking Giants kickoff. Right now, if there's any time of the goddamn year to be optimistic as a Giants fan or a fan of any team, it's right now, literally in this moment. Days leading up to the season, never know how the fucking story is going to be written.
Yeah.
This September 4th of 2007, we didn't know the Giants were going to win the Super Bowl. September 4th of 2011, we didn't know the Giants were going to win the Super Bowl. That's just how it goes. So I'm not predicting that that's going to be the case. I'm not predicting 11, 12 wins. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm much more neutral going into the season and just kind of more of an evaluation kind of standpoint. But right now, I mean, if you're a Giants fan and you're not at least like trying to focus on being positive, then what the fuck are you doing with your life?
I think Daniel Jones is being very positive because apparently he grew a beard and then now he's dating Kay Adams. Apparently they're dating or they're just fucking. I don't know. Like, I don't know Kay Adams' life. I don't know what she does.
I wish you did.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a little jealous. Once I heard about, I'm one of the biggest Daniel Jones fans. I was like, trade that motherfucker.
Well, you know what they say, right? Like if he's got the ability and the swag to get a fucking woman like that, clearly he got to be doing something right. So maybe beard is a new Daniel Jones. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you, Kay Adams is gorgeous. She's Polish, first of all, which is just amazing. So she's like definitely right up my alley. So little cute, like petite girl. Like, listen, I'm not gonna talk all about her gushingly over the BBO NYG podcast.
Isn't she a couple of years older than Daniel Jones?
Even though I want, she's a MILF. MILF.
She's got a kid?
No,
I don't think she's ever been married.
Is that the definition?
I think she dated like Danny Amendola, one of them guys, one time. That was like it.
Yeah, that's right. But
that was a while ago.
That was a long time ago. But John, is that the definition of MILF? Just if a woman's older, or do they have to have a kid?
I'm pretty sure that Emma's mother.
They have to have a kid.
They do have to have one.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's just what you would call hot. Actually,
she's like a cougar.
No. Cougar's like 50 plus, bro. You gotta earn some wrinkles to be a cougar. But she's a classically gorgeous woman, is the way you classify her.
But the prerequisite is that you have to have a kid in order to be a MILF.
Correct. Because mom is the first word in that acronym.
Listen, the more you learn,
it's not mature female.
Right. I mean, listen, I remember when I was in like grade school and a girl like 1 or 2 year grades above you, I thought they were the oldest girls on the face of the planet. They just seemed a lot older and more mature than you. I mean, sure, I was throwing box balls around, but when these girls are going on dates. But listen, let me not get off track here. Giants football week 1. besides Jones, I kind of threw out like this little thing on the Twitter, on the X, whatever you want to call it. I'm very excited. I think we talked about a little bit, Jules, about like how the offensive line just looks pretty dope this year. And if you look at it, like you got to see some of like for the past Jones's previous 4 years, dude, he had guys like John Feliciano, Mark Lewinsky, Ben Bredesen, Matt Skura, Billy Price, Willie Hernandez, Nate Soldier. Don't forget about him. Shane Lemieux, Cameron Fleming, Mike Remmers, John Jalapeno. Like some of these guys aren't even in league, and these are the starters for the past 4 years. I'm not even talking about the backups that just filled in and they got hurt too. I mean, you had guys that are no longer in the NFL. So finally, this year, it looks like we got a solid five that, I mean, listen, I always get excited beginning of every season, but I'm very, very optimistic about this offense. And that's why I drafted Malik Nabers in every fantasy football draft I got. We're going to pass the ball. I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, listen, especially considering the fact that like Malik Nabers has actually gotten some respect in the fantasy world. I mean, literally, I'm in the middle of doing a draft as we're doing this podcast, and I'm pretty sure Malik went like in the third round, which I was like, oh,
yeah, yeah, finally.
For the most part of that, it was like rounds 4 or 5. So like something's going on there, right? And look, as far as the offensive line is concerned, I know. Look, it's hard to be worse. So at this friggin' point in time, we're only going to be better. We have to be better. The team looks better. It suck that we wasted a high draft pick on Neal, and Neal doesn't even look like he's going to start, let alone even really mix in that all much. Yeah, that fucking blows. It really blows.
It does.
But outside of that, man, we picked up a lot of good veterans, and Thomas and with all the other guys we drafted. Look, man, and the coach. You got to give the coach props too. Look, he took a Raiders line that really had no talent on it, and they were in the middle, like the pack or low end of that middle of the pack, as far as they were being ranked out. So, yes, I think things are moving in the right direction in the sense of the line, for sure.
You guys bring up a good point. Yeah, go ahead, John.
No. I'm just saying the offensive line, I mean, we talked about it, I think, the last time we recorded a couple weeks ago. It's the key to your ability to actually have a functioning offense. I think we have the talent elsewhere to actually be at least top 16-ish, give or take a few spots offense, and we have pass rush. So, bro, at some point, doesn't a blind squirrel find the nut? Like,
I think so.
What they say.
It's been 17 years since we've had like a legitimate offensive line.
Listen, John, I found the G spot once, so anything's possible.
Bro, I'm just saying. I mean, even if you're bad, like 5% of the time, can you have a good offensive line? That's where we're at. Can this just be the fucking 5%? Just be a good offensive line. Let's see what this fucking team can do, bro.
Damn right. Jules, you brought up a good point. Like Joe Shane, I think he's getting a lot of criticism because of his draft picks previously. I think he's doing a good job as far as like signing some veterans. It was very important that he get the offensive line. Drafting wise, listen, Malik Nabers was like an easy one. Everybody would have drafted him in that spot. There was no second guessing that. But I mean, time will tell on this year's draft pick. But I tell you, I gotta be honest with like he hasn't really impressed me much as far as drafting players. I mean, I would give him a C right now. You know what I mean? Unless like a lot of these guys, from like last year before start, improving, but we cut a few guys as well. So I'm not saying it's all failure, but that's the nature of the beast in the NFL. 50% or more draft picks round for round, just bust anyway. But you got to hit on some of these guys, and to not hit on guys like Neal and stuff like that, like it's not really a good showing.
Who did he draft? Neal, or did Gettleman draft Neal? I don't remember.
No, it was
Neal got him the draft. I mean, Gettleman got him the draft pick, the extra draft pick
so
for the second year.
Him. I mean,
dumb Tony trade.
You can't fucking
draft pick. Sorry,
you can't rate a GM's draft in year 1 or year 2. You got to let the guys fucking develop.
Yeah, of course.
But Joe Shane came in here, and most of the fan base gave him the benefit of the doubt, coming from fucking Buffalo and stuff like that. And it takes a long time to build a team. And honestly, I don't know how his and Dable's seats maybe aren't hot, but the seat warmers got to be on at this point, bro. You got to show some fruits of your labor at this point. 3 years is 3 years.
For real.
No, for real. Like they can't. There's no more excuses, really. I mean, if you look at it, almost every person except for Daniel Jones and Andrew Thomas and Dexter Lawrence are gone. Every other fucking pick from Gettleman is pretty much gone at this point. So,
Right.
like, who else is it? I mean, I might be missing a player or two, but like for the most part, like that's really it. It's just those three.
Darnay Holmes.
Yeah, he was cut, right? Jesus.
Was he?
He was cut because we have a guy, the rookie Phillips, gonna fill in for the slot. I mean, how many times did Holmes get beat for the past couple of years?
I like Darnay Holmes.
He kept getting beaten in the slot, left and right, tight end. It didn't matter. It could be wide receiver, tight end. It could have been somebody off the street in the stands. Like he was just kept getting beat. It was very frustrating to watch a Giant game and not see him. A big third down he led up, and it just like he just didn't fit.
Yeah.
Some people when they get drafted, like they're great in college, but they don't make the cut in the NFL. Unfortunately he's another one. Listen, a guy like Isaiah Hodgkins got cut. He's now back on the Giants practice squad, but he didn't even make the team. And this is my point with Daniel Jones. Like Daniel Jones had made Isaiah Hodgkins his number one, made Richie James his number one for a couple of years, and now they're no longer in the NFL. So
Richie James went and played with fucking Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, right.
And so did Kadarius Toney. So
that's true. Yes.
What does that fucking tell you? You know what I mean?
So there's a lot of things like I think people kind of forget or just conveniently don't remember just to have that narrative of hate on Daniel Jones. I mean, even they made a big thing today because Joe Shane was at the Clemson game and he told the Bears coach or whatever GM that he's like, hey, it must be nice to not have to look for a quarterback anymore. But he was just
really said that.
Yeah, but he was just giving the guy faith, like, hey, you drafted Caleb number one. It must be nice because all these years you had no draft pick. But then, of course, Giants people that hate Daniel Jones kind of twisted around saying, oh, like he was talking like, oh, he's part of it too, looking for a quarterback. So now it's a whole big fucking storm. He should have just kept his fucking mouth shut.
I think they also had something to do with the fact that they were on Hard Knocks, that he was the number one pick, that the Bears were the only team in that top three basically that were refusing to hear any draft trades to move into that one spot. So they were locked in on Williams. So you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, all right, you got your dude. Like, it must be nice not having to even think about that anymore.
Right.
Now start looking to draft around him type of thing. I think it's more on that, but of course it gets fucking misconstrued all the time.
Of course.
Before I articulate what my thought is on what you guys just said, how did they know that he said that? Where was this reported? Was it on video? What was the
video?
Situation?
Yeah, I think it was one of the Hard Knocks episodes.
Proof of this.
That's why I was saying it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that is a major error by fucking Joe Shane. I mean, other than an actual personnel move, you almost can't make a worse fucking comment. To say something like that, especially that, I don't know when he said it, if it was this week. If he said it, goddamn, right before the season starts.
A couple days ago.
What?
A couple days ago, Saturday.
Bro, dude, I mean, I that is an absurd thing to allow your locker room to hear you articulate. It must be nice not to have to look for a quarterback, fully showing your hands of what you may or may not think about the fucking whatchamacallit, your own quarterback and your own chances of being successful. I mean,
see,
I'm floored that he said that.
This is the part where it's dividing the Giants community. Like me and Jules think it was just taken out of context, and you're kind of saying like, "Oh, that you shouldn't have said that. That's the wrong thing." So people could take it however they want to. But if I was the GM, I would have been like, "Hey, it must be nice that for your organization to not have to look for a quarterback." It almost insinuates.
Because think about it, they just drafted. They just spent first round capital on 2 quarterbacks over the last 4 seasons or 3 seasons. You know what I'm trying to say? Like they're rolling the dice there. Arizona, it's similar to what they did. When they made that mistake before they went with Murray, right? They took Rosson, right? Or whatever it was.
All right.
Yeah.
You wouldn't care if your boy bought a Porsche and say, "Oh, it must be nice to have a Porsche," if you have the keys to a Ferrari. Yeah. You wouldn't say it must be nice to buy a Porsche.
If anything, I'm trying to say that mine is better than yours.
Ferrari. What?
Right.
If anything,
Or
I'm trying to
put
say
whatever
nothing's gonna-
fucking brand names you want in there. The
or
fact that
or
you're
what if
saying,
what if because this is where we fall into the trap of all the hate and all the bullshit that's been going around with this organization. That literally, what if it was more along the lines of shit? It's nice to have a quarterback, ain't it? We got ours, you got yours. You know what I'm trying to say? Where it's like, yo, my shit is just as good as yours, bro.
I don't know,
You
dude.
you
I don't
motherfuckers getting
know.
all this hype. I'm tired of hearing about this Khalid Williams. Wait till you see when we unleash this motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, dude.
This
The must be nice phrase is said out of like a self-deprecating stance, essentially. You never say it must be nice if you have better or equal to what you are talking about. That's just not how you talk. That's not how you talk. That's not a thing. Unless you're being sarcastic to somebody,
Right.
right?
There's
Oh, it
that
must be nice to have a Toyota Corolla when you got the keys to a BMW in your pocket. You'd be just being a dick, and that's just definitely not what you're doing.
Right.
So the fact of the matter is, if he said that, knowing or not knowing or whatever, it would give it an inclination to the rest of the league, even if there wasn't a camera there, and he said it where other people can hear it and showed his hand on what he thinks he needs going into the trade season and in the middle of the season and then the off season. It's just bad all the way around. I don't know, dude.
I kind of agree with you now, John. Like, because I'm thinking, like, what if my friends came over to me? He's like, hey, my girlfriend's the best. She made me brownies, and then I'm like, well, it must be nice,
right?
It's definitely saying like, oh, my girlfriend don't do shit for me.
Yeah, exactly. There's just
I get what you're saying there. Oh yeah, it must be nice to have a girlfriend that cooks and cleans, right? Something like that, right along those lines. I get it.
But then again, guys, it's not like Joe Shane's like, must be nice. I got fucking Daniel Jones I got to deal with. I mean, motherfucker, you paid him. You paid him for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I don't know.
He paid
him. You know
how
many times I said that shit sarcastically, like especially when I was in the financial sector and I was working and someone got a big commission and then they had like a couple things lined up. Oh, it must be nice to have it lined up. It's not like I wasn't eating. It's not like I was dead broke or had nothing lined up in the pipeline. You know what I'm saying? But like,
think about what you just said.
Win, so you're fucking with him a little.
Okay, so if he's fucking with him is one thing. That's that. Okay, we'll say that. God fucking hope that that's exactly what the situation was. But I mean, the reality of the situation is chances are that's not what he was saying. And it's not a good sign for fucking him knowing the role he has with the fucking team and his responsibility for what his job is as far as protecting the fucking intellectual property of his team building. I don't know. I want to like Joe Shannon-Dable as much as possible, but stuff like that, the shit with fucking Nabers, if you guys want to talk about that too, like stuff like that, it's hard not to be like, whoa, red flag, red flag, red flag. Like
what Nabers do? What Nabers do?
With the jersey? Did we talk about that last time? No, right? I think we talked about it.
No, we haven't had a chance to. So him switching numbers. All right, let's hear.
It's not even about the switching numbers, dude. It's just like, I don't know. I guess maybe because I'm 37 and I'm looking at life where I'm halfway through looking forward and looking backwards with clarity. And he's a 22, 23-year-old kid and, he doesn't have the same kind of like, life experience. But if you've worked since you probably started playing football at 5-6 years old, and essentially every minute of every day to some capacity has been influenced by his desire to be NFL player. And I mean, you're talking days and weeks before the start of you realizing your lifelong goal and your ticket to change your and your family's lives forever. And you're petitioning Giants ownership to unretire a 90-year-old retired number, trying to get the family who doesn't even know the person. I mean, it was 90 years ago. You don't know people in your family from 90 years ago. It's just legacy at that point. It's your fucking ancestors, essentially. The fact that was even a conversation, and I read an article that it was like going on for a while, weeks about this. And it's like, bro, yeah, like going back and forth and trying to figure it out. It's like, dude, who the fuck cares? If you're sitting there and you're dedicating a minute of your time to the number on your fucking jersey, means you're worried about your brand. And I don't know, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, John. I love it. Once I see the number 1, I'm like, yo, I'm getting that jersey. There's no doubt about it. I think this guy's gonna be an absolute stud.
It's from 90 years ago. It's like a whole different era. They don't even count stats really from that era.
I don't
about
know
it.
the
They got how
guy.
many championships? They don't count for fucking shit.
Jules, I don't know
Doesn't
the
matter.
guy, so I don't like. I don't really care.
It's not Babe Ruth. It's not Lou Gehrig. It's not those guys that are enshrined in this Hall of Fame that they put out in the fucking left field. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not like that.
Yes, it is. It's a retired number. You're playing for the New York Football Giants, a team that's been around, celebrating its 100th year literally this year.
Well, true.
And
but the family also didn't feel that they needed to hang on to that legacy. And there are times too, like even in Yankee Stadium, where you have 2 retired numbers.
There's one instance of that, and it was before they started retiring numbers, dude. There's one instance of that, and it was before they started retiring numbers the way they do. So that's not really a good analogous for this. It's not painting the entirety of the picture of who Malik Nabers is. It's just when you're spending that type of draft capital on somebody, when you're really banking the offensive success around this kid, especially letting Saquon Barkley go and all that shit, and that's
you gotta make them happy.
With like, imagine like you owned an F1 team.
You gotta make that motherfucker happy.
Imagine you own an F1 team, bro, and you hire this hotshot fucking new driver from F2 who's fucking killing it, left, right, and center, winning races all over the place. And he's sitting there and he's trying to negotiate with the fucking owner of the team to change the color of the car. It's like, bro, memorize the goddamn tracks. What the fuck are you doing? Who cares about what the color of the car is?
Yeah,
get in the fucking driver's seat. And
is it him or is it his PR, his agent? Everything else knows that they could fucking triple down with a number 1 like that and really just number 1 pick, number 1 receiver, number 1 jersey. And they're like, bro, we're going to make you fucking rich, kid.
Exactly.
He's like, do what you got to do, bro.
That's the brands. That's him focusing on the brands and not
but how do you know
it's
him? How do you know it's him? How do you know, like with Tommy DeVito last year? He had his fucking leprechaun agent running around on the fucking side, handing out fucking chicken palms and shit, right? That dude was getting more publicity than DeVito was. How do you know bro. That? You know what I'm trying to say? How you don't know that?
Cutlets was going to pizzerias and charging like $200. I'm like, who's going there to get pizza?
Completely different story.
The Italian leprechaun.
It's an entirely different story. He's a backup quarterback. He was not drafted at the top of the draft. He was not supposed to be a superstar. He just happened to get a good shot.
So he cashed on his moment, right? Is what you're saying. Okay. So here's a kid who probably doesn't come from a fucking rich family, right? Mm-hmm. And he's cashing in on his opening moment. The dude could fucking brawl out his fucking leg tomorrow and he's done. You know what I'm saying? He could be he can go hang out with his boys on a bye week and get shot because that's what's happening to all these motherfuckers lately with the kid Pearsall getting shot in San Fran. You know what I'm saying? So he's just trying to make his now.
That's my point.
Let him go out on the field and we start seeing those antics that we used to see out of OBJ, or we start seeing the crybaby bullshit that we would see from some of these other players. Then we could start looking back and being like, hey, this is a warning sign. Exactly. That was a warning sign. Fuck.
Exactly.
We saw it. So it's not that we're not expecting. I mean, shit, Vin was going crazy about it on draft back in April. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like, let's get, like I keep saying, everyone who's hating on the season, let the fucking season start.
Sure.
Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, let's see what happens. Give me a month from now and we have this conversation.
The point is we're driving along the road all together right now. And I'm just pointing out the fact that there's a pothole here and a pothole there. And I don't, it's alarming. It's just an alarming thing. If this kid goes out and gets 1,500 yards, fucking catches 12 touchdowns, wins Rookie of the Year, this is going to be not an issue. But the fact of the matter is,
he's like, yo, I'm a Giant for life. I love this team. I love New York.
Yeah, that means nothing anymore now.
Well, because there's fucking one Saquon.
All right, but listen, guys.
Hold on. Let me just make this point. All right, so if he has the proclivity to focus on himself to whatever degree it is, whether it's his agents, his fucking team, whatever the case is, how is that not going to rear its ugly head? Should he not be getting the targets and the fucking whatchamacallits that he thinks he deserves? How does that not lead to a destination where he is in the huddle? Bro, you should have dropped on the ball to me. I was open, blah, 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 blah. And influence the offense.
I don't think this offense, especially with the fact that we let go of Saquon Barkley, and if you go back to Hard Knocks, the conversation that he had with Dable's planning on, with that fact that he's calling the plays, is planning on targeting this kid 10 times a game. That's the
Sure.
plan, dude. Unless we fall into a thing where the running game is going so brilliantly that we don't necessarily have the capability to throw, or the weather is absolutely terrible, where Dable can pull him to the side, because we've seen Dable getting players and coaches' faces in the past and literally say to the kid, yo, I got you, but this ain't the game right now. You understand why? We'll try it. You got next fucking play. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't know that. That's what I'm saying. We don't know what the true chemistry is until we see them play. We are fucking speculating a lot here, gentlemen. That's all I'm saying.
There's only one thing that could go really bad. It's if Daniel Jones short arms him some throws, don't get him the ball, and then it causes some big story in New York, because you know how the papers get, and it causes something. Listen, I'm hoping to God that doesn't happen. But listen, you just never know. That's why we do.
But also that they can connect, and they can go off in the first game against Minnesota, and he can have 10 catches for 100
and everybody forget
and 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm trying to say? Something we don't fucking know.
So more, it's just the point that it's if you can have a genie, right, and you can say you can have Malik Nabers, who's what he's shown so far with the number and potentially what might come with that, or you can have Malik Nabers, who speaks like Derek Jeter and Aaron Judge. I don't give a fuck about numbers. I don't care about this. I want the team to win, and I'm willing to do whatever it is to win. Which one of those two players are you choosing?
We're gonna, you know what the title of this episode is gonna be? It's gonna be the #1 Nabers Hater. Right? We're gonna title that.
I'm not hating.
You got the #1, and now you got the #1 hater.
You like that? How I connected them, right? But so, hey, listen, we all got opinions about him, so we're all gonna see what happens when the season plays out.
I'm not rooting against him. Can we talk about what Daniel Jones said about fucking the haters?
Well,
of course. Bring up that.
Oh, the Yankees are against smack right now. That's fucking awesome.
It's fucking hard to watch.
Whatever. I took a screenshot of it, I believe. Yeah. So when asked about proving haters wrong, Daniel Jones' response, I'm more concerned with proving the people who do believe in me right.
Right. That's it.
I mean,
Kay Adams he's talking about, though, not us.
Yeah. I mean, see, that's the kind of
he's
stuff
like, Kay believes in me.
Right. The one person in the world, you lucky bastard.
He's basically just talking about me and Mike. That's the
yeah.
Okay. In the fucking world, I pull for this guy.
Me, John, and Kay Adams. He's talking
that's
about.
It.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, the 3 of you believe in me. That's all that matters, right?
God, I hope he does succeed. I really do, man.
There's no one I've ever wanted to succeed more. And not even just because I want the team to be successful, just him specifically, just so we can shove it in everybody's face, bro. That vindication has got to be like crack. I fucking hope that he does. But stuff like that, when you say stuff like that, and it's just a window into your character. That's the type of player that you want on your team. You don't want the guy fucking worried about asking people to unretire their great grandfather's fucking number. It's just that's too fucking.
Right? And you're in the industry, you're in the sales industry, right? It's always no until you ask, right? So the kid asked, and they said, "Look, you got to go through this protocol, and you got to put in a petition to get this done. Let's see what happens." It's not like they came back and the family said no, and then he put up a fucking thing and he was fighting against them.
There was a little bit back and forth, bro. There was negotiations. There was talks. It was not a single conversation.
That's the end of it.
It wasn't a single conversation. And just the point of the matter is, it shouldn't even have been a conversation to begin with. At this point, we've definitely beat this horse to death. It's just keep your eyes open. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Wish for the best.
The wheels are coming off. Daniel Jones. We're going to get the #1 pick.
No. I think Daniel Jones is going to have a phenomenal season.
Sanders is coming.
So Daniel
Jones has like 7 player of the weeks in his career. He's a good fucking player, and you're going to see it this year.
All right, so listen, it leads us into preview week 1 against the Vikings. Vikings are with their backup quarterback now, Sam Darnold, I think Jules likes to call him. And
Donald. Yeah,
obviously,
now you get it right.
Now you're a guy. Now they're going against a defense that Daniel Jones owns, and the Vikings defense really didn't get any better. I'm looking forward. The Giants are getting a point at home in this game. Consider us underdogs. What do you expect from the Giants? I think they're going to put up some points.
Now, listen, don't hold me to this, because I don't know if this is exactly a stat, so you can fucking stat check me if you got to.
We're recording.
But the last time I can recall Minnesota coming to the Meadowlands as a 1-point favorite or 1.5 point, whatever it is, right? was the 2000 championship game. And they got their asses spanked.
That's right.
No,
That's
I'm not
right.
saying that's going to happen, obviously, but
I kill it.
listen, I was at that game and fucking it was 14-0 before I even put my ass in the seat. Like it was retarded. But anyhow,
It was a great.
how Vegas is coming up with them being a fucking 1.5 point favorite, which means that if we were in Minnesota, roughly, they would be like a 4.5, 5 point odd type of
That
favorite
doesn't seem right.
because they always give the 3 points, right? So at home, you should have gotten the 3. So we're not even getting a home 3. We're not even getting a pick 'em. Like this shit is kind of weird and whack. I'll be honest with you though, about a month ago or whatever the fucking lines came out, I already bet on this game. I already took the Giants. Mm-hmm. So like my shit ain't changing. So if you want to keep upping that spread, Vegas, please do. Because I think I got this shit as a pick 'em, and now it's at 1.5 for what? Because Aaron Jones is there. The dude is fucking like 35 years old, bro. Because Justin Jefferson's got fucking Sam Darnold throwing a fucking football. Dude, we shut down Justin Jefferson's when they had Cousins. What the fuck? And I think our defense is better.
And don't forget,
like, what the fuck, man?
Don't forget, Sam Darnold is going back to his home stadium where he took a beating. It's like going back to your ex, you know? Like he's going to see bad things.
Shit.
Yeah, he's going to be terrified to walk in that stadium. He's like, oh my God, they abused me here. So
he's also got a lot to prove, though. There could be motivation. But he is in the league for 6 years now, and obviously he's not amounted to much. I didn't realize that they were playing the backup quarterback.
Yeah, because what's his name? Got hurt.
McCarthy, the rookie.
Yeah, some of the Giants fans that wanted to draft him. Yeah, he went down with a meniscus injury.
Oh, he's gonna be out for a while. That means
out for the year.
He's gone till at least next year.
Oh, bro, that's gotta be heartbreaking.
Yeah, they put him on season.
I mean, he hurt himself in August, I think, or July. So he was like right there where he can return for next season. But yeah, he's done for this year.
God damn,
which
sucks.
is fucking sad, dude. You know?
Yeah,
I want to see him. I want to see him play.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to obviously seeing Daniel Jones in the offense play. But we're 40 minutes in or 30 minutes in at this point, and we haven't mentioned Brian Burns and the defensive line. It's going to be fun to see what those guys can do because if Tibbs continues to grow as a player, and we have no reason to think that he won't, paired to Dexter Lawrence and now Brian Burns, you got a pretty sharp trident of players right there to get to the quarterback, and
they stop the run too.
They stop, great, but you're stopping the run's very important. I'm not gonna,
but they do both. Some guys just pass the quarterback like Tom Reddick.
Right, that's all they do is rush.
I mean, you may have 35 sacks between those three guys if they're healthy, and that's maybe conservative.
Well, who do you double team? You can't double team Dex
anymore.
Can't,
dude.
Yeah, those players are gonna need to win their one-on-ones, and they're very, very capable of doing so. But if you think about it, Dexter's capable of a 14, 15 sack season. Brian Burns already done it. Thibodeau 15 sacks last year, 14 sacks last year.
Every year he's getting better.
I mean, even if you want to be conservative and say 12, 13 sacks per guy, you're still talking nearly 40 sacks. The general rule of thumb is if your team can get 42 sacks, you've done a pretty good pass rush. You got 3 players plus all the scheming that's going to go on for you might have a team capable of 55, 60 sacks. That's a good defense no matter who you have on the outside.
If you get these teams to get to like third down and like long and they force to pass, like, yo, watch out for the sacks to just fucking come relentless. They just got to get teams to go 1, 2, get to that third down and 7, third down and 9. That'd be pretty sweet if we could get there consistently. Because that defense has the capabilities of, we just got to worry about the big pass because who knows about our corners. We signed Adoree Jackson, today. I don't know if he's going to be our number 2. I don't want him to be our number 2. I want one of these young guys to step up. I want a guy like Cordell Flott to get, unhurt and be part of that fucking rotation.
But don't you feel more confident knowing that you don't have to rely on that? That Adoree is there. He's a solid veteran. He was with us last year. We got him back. We got him on a fucking veteran deal. You know what I mean?
I feel safe.
These guys more time to develop it, and he's there to kind of mentor a little. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's not a bad thing. I thought that was a really solid signing. One thing that I think that this defense is going to really – that I want to keep an eye on is Ojulari's role. Because if he could come in, he could be this filling guy or give a guy a blow, or he could even come in on passing downs where we have all of them on the field. But the other key thing too is if Ojulari just looks good and can stay healthy, he's a huge trade piece.
Oh, stop.
Huge trade piece. But hold on, John. If we're going for it and we're making a playoff push and we're missing something, and you could trade a piece like that to get that missing piece, it's fucking totally worth it. I'm not saying I want to. You know how much I love the guy.
What are you trading?
But like, it's just something to keep in the back of your head. That's it. It's
what
like
just
keep
trading
as a card, like
Very interesting.
What are you trading him for? What could you possibly
I don't
need
know
that's
what
more
we'll
important
need.
than?
I don't know what we'll need. I don't know what will be on the
I'm just
market.
saying.
I mean,
but listen, just at fill in the blank. You have a strong pass rush with very capable players coming off of the bench, which means that you're going to be able to run, an entire game with rotating guys, keeping them fresh, all fucking being able to rush the quarterback. What do you sacrifice? What do you? What would you want to gain to sacrifice the ability to do that? Because that is about as important of a feature of a team that you can have.
It's so hard. It's so hard to tell because
can't tell right now.
You can't, and then it would come down
just
to
make it up. Like
it'll come down to like a team that thought they were doing good, fell off, and they got a fucking big time player that they don't.
I get how trades work. I'm just saying what the importance of pass rush is one of the top 2-3 things that you would need on a team. So if your pass rush is an A and you're going to bring it down to a B plus, you're going to need.
But then you bolster somewhere else. That was a C.
Okay, exactly.
Now
so
that C went to a B.
What are you bolstering?
I don't know. What if we could get like a true inside linebacker for him? Because the team wants a pass rush.
Why would you?
No, I'm just saying like to go on the opposite side of him, right? Like something like that would make sense.
I don't know. You think a second string or a Robin middle linebacker is worth sacrificing?
But then again, what are you sacrificing?
Elite pass rush? I just don't think that's worth it.
What are we sacrificing here? Because let's think about this. Obviously, we're not extending him in the 5th year, unless he comes in and somehow he's able to now add to that sack total. He ends up with double digits, and we have Burns and Thibodeau and fucking Ojulari all in double digits, which I don't see happening, just because that's a really huge reach. But
no, it would be Dax Tibbs and
we're not doing
Burns.
that. But if the guy is in limited action and he has like 6 sacks and he's been playing better against the run and he's healthy in week, say, 8, you could see something like that. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying it's just an added element that no one's looking at. You know what I'm trying to say? That's all. What if we get a tight end, John? I mean, I know we like the kid from Penn State. You know what I'm saying? But what if we can get like I don't know who, because the top tight ends are on competing teams.
Isaiah Likely,
right?
Isaiah Likely,
maybe an Isaiah Likely, right? Because Mark Andrews 100% healthy, right? And they want that pass rush because Baltimore's going for it. That's an upgrade. That's an extra weapon because Daniel Jones is fucking playing really good. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's just a thing to just sort of, like I said, it's not something I'm predicting. It's not something I said that needs to be done.
Yeah, this is not happening. Why are we wasting time?
Keep that in the back of your head. That's a possibility.
It started off with Adoree being like the safe guy. He's my rape whistle. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, he's going to be there for me when I need it, So thank God for him. Thank God he's back. Yeah, I really don't have anything else, about the Giants. I'm just looking forward to the game. I can't wait to hang out, drink, watch the game at 1:00 and start a brand new season. Jules, you want to sign us off?
Wait, I thought we were doing week 1 picks, no?
We are going to do our week 1 picks. We're going to let John go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sign off. Because, John hates
it sounds like, bro, I just finished the draft. I don't know what the hell's going on. Let's sign up. Sign out.
At this very second, September 4th at 9:50, we are 3 days, 15 hours, and 7 minutes away from the Giants kickoff. The fact that we're this close, it's just actually nauseating how fast time goes. But just whatever fans we have that are listening to this, like we as Giants fans don't really get many opportunities to be optimistic and happy about the team in the last decade or so. Literally out of the 365-day year, there's like 4 or 5 days to truly be nice to hearts to be optimistic. Just take the next few days to be optimistic about what happens. You don't know. Listen, we could lose 42-0 on Sunday. We could win 42-0 on Sunday. Neither of those things are going to tell the story of the season. But right now, just be optimistic. Let's enjoy fucking football Sunday like the rest of America, and go fucking Big Blue, baby. That's it.
Yeah.
Go fucking
John, that's a great point, man. Like, look, enjoy the fucking week 1 of the season. You know what I mean? Like,
At least a
right
quarter.
now, we're undefeated. You know, like we're 0-0. We have a home game. We're
At
kicking
least
off
the first
100
half.
fucking year anniversary. Like, enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Stop
what I'm
fucking
saying.
thinking like the inevitable. Things are just terrible. Like, just enough already.
Please enjoy at
What
least
is-
the first half of the game. All right, John. We're gonna do the picks. We'll see you later. We'll let you know
Yes,
how
sir.
it goes.
All
And
right, boys.
we'll see you next week.
We'll see you
Yeah,
next
we'll see
week
you-
when
I'll
we're
see you
1 and
guys
0,
next
baby.
week.
All right, when we're 1 and 0.
We'll be in the chat. That's fucking right, Jules. That's the fucking attitude.
Yeah.
1 and
That's
0.
how we fucking
1 and 0
end
every
this
week.
Optimistic.
Boom.
All right, guys.
1 and 0.
All right.
Go.
Take it easy, guys.
They go see your thumbs later, Johnny.
All
All right,
right.
so the picks, week 1 picks, Jules.
Wait.
Ready?
So you think those reactions are going to show up on YouTube at least?
Yeah, they do show up on YouTube.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I have mine picked for what I really like on.
So if you're just listening, we put on YouTube, we put up some like little emojis going across streams. We learned how to do a new thing here. So you're gonna see that. That's how technology works, Jules. Whatever you put on, it's gonna show.
I like that technology shit.
Yeah, so NFL's getting crazy, Jules. Like now they're saying next year on Labor Day weekend, they want to have a Thursday night game, a Friday night game, a Saturday night game, Sunday games, and a Monday night game. They want to do that for Labor Day weekend. I'm not gonna be able to go anywhere. I'm not gonna be able to go away because I have to stay home and watch football. But that's next year.
One thing you could do though is right, like you hopefully the Giants don't open up at home and you could travel to wherever that away game is.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool, right? Like that's like, you spend the Labor Day weekend, you got the Monday off. Technically, most likely we'll play on a Sunday. You know what I mean? And you can come home on Monday or Tuesday. You don't even have to miss work.
Yeah, but every night I'm gonna have to watch whatever game is on. You know what I mean? I can't
So
miss.
you go to the bar, you're out in the neighborhood, whatever town you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say, like, you know, like you said, they might open up against maybe Dallas or something, right? Like, and you're in Dallas. Like, there's plenty of places to watch football in Dallas. You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm talking about the other games that are not your local team.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, like,
but everything's on like Peacock now. Like some bars don't even have Peacock.
I know, it's ridiculous. They gotta stay at the hotel.
It's ridiculous because we're starting off this season. We have a Thursday night game and a Friday night game, which is going to be amazing. So
Right.
Thursday night.
You know what I thought with that was, and I get what they were saying that they just wanted to start it earlier, but like that would make sense if they went to an 18-game season. You know what I mean? Then I can understand it. You know what it is? I think the NFL, like, and if John was on this still, he would fucking chime in on this perfectly because he loves it. He's like, that's how you make the brand. You know why? Because if you look at it, this past weekend for college football was fucking the shit. And anybody that was a true football fan in the sense of like they'll go watch a high school game and shit, whatever. Like they were watching, man. I was watching from Thursday. There was good games on Thursday. There was fucking, it was UNC. They had a fucking close game, missed field goal, and fucking they ended up winning that game. And then Friday night, and then Saturday was we had Penn State and all this shit lining up, and then Sunday, then they even did a game on Monday. Like, Sunday was LSU, fucking cocksuckers, they cost me, and then fucking Florida State on Monday. The NFL was like, if college just did that shit and the ratings are through the roof, we should be doing the same.
They follow each other.
Always.
Well, listen, now it's
like you said, the fact that we have this Thursday and Friday game.
So Thursday night game. Kansas City is at home. They're -2.5 against the Ravens. All right. Do you think the Ravens, do you think they're the truth yet? Do you think they have what it takes to beat the champs in their own stadium to open in the season? I don't see that happening.
And what did the Ravens do to really up their lineup and up their game this year? Like
Derrick Henry?
Yeah, Derrick Henry, okay. I'm like, and then they may be a little healthy, right? Mark Andrews should be ready to go. Lamar. I mean, listen, I saw Kansas City lose to Detroit last year. You know what I mean? Opening week, right? Like, I don't know. There's also a rumor, just because you brought this up, and like, I know this is probably for a different podcast, but whatever. There's a rumor going around that there was a release to the press.
Oh, God.
Did you hear this or no?
Yeah, with Kelsey and Taylor.
Oh, when I was singing the fucking Kelsey Swift shit, if any of that is true, then it just goes to show you how fixed last year was, all right?
Right.
But you're right.
Once I see that, I thought of you. I was like, oh, this is not going to be good for Jules to go down this conspiracy.
Like,
get your tinfoil hat on.
I saw this. And even later date, September 28th. So they
I know.
Like a month later or something.
All the Swifties are going to be waiting for fucking that day. I bet the full moon will be out too.
Of course.
All right.
So like a lunar eclipse.
Listen,
all
Ravens,
that shit.
Jules, Ravens, they have a guy I mentioned before, Isaiah Likely, their backup tight end.
Yeah.
I think he gets like a lot of snaps, this kid. He was nasty last year. I'm surprised Mark Andrews,
Listen, he was a top tight end coming out in his draft class. Like Isaiah Likely was like the 1-2 in
he's
that
legit.
draft class. So the kid's good. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
I have him in every draft.
Always. But so, I mean, what it said, it's just like, yo, Kansas City seems so set up currently. But then again, so do the Ravens. In all honesty, I probably won't even bet this game. I'll probably prop bet it. I'll do a first time or a touchdown score anytime.
Any touchdown score.
Have some fun with it that way. Or actually, because I can't even slam dunk the over or the under in this one. But because we have to pick, I'm gonna go with the home team defending champs and just take down.
Yeah, you got it.
You have to. It'd be such a letdown if they lose. The NFL can't let that happen. They probably win by a last second field goal cover and fucking everything in the final seconds. Bullshit.
Right. And Ravens game a good game.
And Lamar's like, we'll see you later in the year, bro.
Yeah. Bullshit. I can see him having a high scoring game. I can see that going back and forth pretty much to open the season.
Although they both do have some pretty good defenses, so we'll see.
Yeah, but they got good offenses too,
True.
So yeah, it should be a fun game to watch. All right, the Friday night game. It's in the hood in Brazil. You can't wear your watches. You can't walk the streets. You can't leave your hotel unless you're going to the game. NFL players, be careful because we just seen that San Fran got shot in our own neck of the woods in San Francisco, which is just crazy. Maybe they shouldn't play games in San Francisco, like prime if they're shooting NFL players over watches. But we're in Sao Paulo in Brazil. It's a Friday night game on Peacock. Philadelphia Eagles are considered the home team, I believe, in this one, and they're -2.5 against the Packers.
Jesus, right?
Obviously, I don't want Philly to win, but I think they do, man. I think they got a squad. Sold on Jordan Love?
He looked great last year.
He did, right?
Played very well. And you know what? We talk about health. I mean, I understand Romeo Doubs was a little questionable so far this week. However, outside of that, he's got his entire receiving staff healthy. Christian Watson is healthy. Reed is healthy. And then a kid Wicks, the second year fucking receiver, is healthy. Dobbs might be healthy. They have Jacobs there, who they bought in. He's healthy and ready to go. I mean, why not? You want to talk about a shootout. I think this one's a shootout. This fucking one looks like a shootout. You know what I mean? Like it's just, this is going to be war. Look, to go on what you're saying, look, I draft 5 teams this year for fantasy football, and I took Jalen Hurts in 4 of them.
Okay.
Like, oh my God, why? Right? Why? Because if he sucks ass, that means the Eagles suck and the Giants are going to take him this year.
Yeah,
if he's great, fuck it. At least my team will be good.
But he's either way, he's putting up points for you. He just puts up points because look at the team around him. So
exactly.
Yeah, listen, I'll probably have to take Philly because they play in a dump that's crime ridden, and they're going to play in a dump that's crime ridden. So I'm gonna fucking take them because it seems like they definitely got the home field advantage.
Who was the Packers head coach again? Is it LaFleur?
That little guy.
Which hold on, because like now to me, whenever you're in a situation where you have to like have a like a curfew or you can't leave, you can't do this, but it comes down to the coaches, right? Because whoever can have their team more focused and disciplined in that type of a situation where you're not worrying about something stupid or being like, yo, fuck that, this shit ain't that hood, yo, let's go out for like a hot minute, just don't wear your chain or something, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna have morons doing that shit if you don't have a solid head coach. And that's where I kind of think it comes down to like, who is the better head coach there? And that might give, it is LaFleur. I'll take the points with the Packers than LaFleur. I got a weird feeling about that game. But then again, they could shit an egg, and then all of a sudden it could be Jordan Love doesn't perform on prime time because he lost to fucking Tommy DeVito, and he lost his fucking game in Sao Paulo. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm Packers here. We can go split. We can leave that, come back and do a coin flip. We'll see if we have to split a different game to push that pick.
Well, we'll let the audience decide on that.
And now we're going to go full speed because now we're at Sunday.
Yeah.
No more fucking.
They can't even go through a walkthrough over there because they're afraid to get shot. All right. Sunday games, a lot of 1:00 games. The Saints are -4.5 against that Carolina team that sucks. I don't know.
Saints at home.
Saints at home, right? You just got to go with them.
I think Carolina hangs for a while. I really do. And I hate, and like Vegas knows what they're doing by making it 4 and not 3. Yeah. Because I can kind of see it go down to a field goal, but I'm not betting it on a field goal where I only can win by 1 on the Carolina side.
Yeah, I would never
try to say like I'll roll with it and fucking take the Saints.
Yeah, I would even take the Saints in the survivor pools if you guys.
Olave's healthy, Kamara's healthy,
It's too much.
she is fucking healthy, and you know what?
They
Like
got
the
the
defense is
experience.
solid.
They're at home in New Orleans. They don't.
Yeah, and they're home, bro. It's their home opener. I gotta go Saints.
Yeah, when they're crappy. Yeah, Carolina's not good. They're not ready for that. Yeah, take the Saints. That's got to be like a key
So I
bet.
think Carolina's better. Do they have a better year? Absolutely. I just don't think it's this week one.
Yeah, it won't be this week. All right, at the Bears. Bears are -4.5 over at Tennessee. It's a weird spread, man. Rookie quarterback going against Will Levis.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think
rookie quarterback versus second-year quarterback. Tajay Spears with Tony Pollard. Yes, they boarded Calvin Ridley. We don't know if Hopkins is ready to roll, but I don't know if I'm buying into this Bears hype either. You know what I mean? Like they're just gonna come in and they're just gonna rock the North over a sudden. Like they're gonna fucking win 13 games this year. Like really? Is Williams really that good? Again, another spread where Vegas knows what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like they're giving them that 4 because I could see it be a 3-point game again.
That's what I think it is.
I gotta go with the fucking home team, though. They come on hard knocks.
Yeah.
They got this pick. They got 2 top 10 picks this year on offense. Like, if they don't come out and win this game, it's gonna be fucking a lot of problems in Chicago.
Well, listen, I like Tennessee getting the points, so like we'll let the audience decide on that one too.
All right, audience will decide on that one. Gee, we start told you, this is a tough week.
We'll see how it fares next week. All right, next game at Indy. Richardson's back. They're going against Houston. Houston is -2.5 in Indy.
Houston all fucking day. Houston's gonna smoke them, all right? Like I understand they're healthy. I understand they had a shootout, but the last game, or the first game, I should say, that Richardson and CJ squared off again. I think it was like week 3 or 4 of last year. That is not the same CJ Stroud that we saw in the fucking playoffs. The kid matured. He got better. They bought his Stephon Diggs. They bought Joe Mixon. That defense is a year older. Fuck that. Like, I understand the Colts are good and they'll probably be a decent team. Fuck that. What'd you say? That's for 2.5?
Yeah.
You can fucking best bet that bitch on my end, right?
Richardson's
I like Houston, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, Richardson is definitely like the factor in there, man. I don't know. It's gonna be it's gonna be a lot closer than people think.
I have him in one league, right? And it was barely because I split the team with my brother and we were getting down and we kind of waited a little bit on quarterback and he was there late, right? Because like in most drafts, he's going like round 6 or something like that, or 5 or whatever. Yeah. And it was like round 8 and he was still there. So we took him and we backed him up with Trevor Lawrence, but whatever. The point is that the guy was a 1-year starter in Florida. Got drafted early by the Colts, which everyone was like, oh my God, that's stupid. Came out and had 2 fucking sick games and got hurt.
Yeah.
Bro, really? That's like you got lucky and you went off on your boy playing him in Madden, and then your boy was like unbeatable, but you had a game and you beat him, and then all of a sudden you played your other friend in that championship and you beat him too, but he wasn't that good to begin with, right? And it's like, oh, I look great. I'm the fucking Madden champ for the night, and what does it prove? Going shit. Like, yeah, first we got to see how adorable this kid is. You got to see if he can keep this up. You got to see how this team matures. You know, I don't know. Like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I like Houston.
All right, go with the hot Houston team from last year. All right, next game in Buffalo. I know who you're gonna pick. It's Buffalo Bills -5.5 against Arizona. I'll take Buffalo all day at home.
I know. I just don't like the spread. I think it's a little high because you do have a healthy Kyler. But anytime you got a West Coast team coming to the East Coast playing that 1 o'clock game,
that's it. That's
you gotta go with the home team there, especially that they're kicking off and they got a lot to prove. Hopefully, throws a couple of the Kincaid.
Josh Allen, I think, could be the MVP of the AFC this year. Man, I think he's gonna. He's going to put up a lot. I think he's going to put up a lot of points. All right, next game at Cincinnati. The spread went down, but right now in here it's 8.5 against New England. I guess Vegas knows that Jamar Chase is probably not going to play, so that's why
he did practice today. He did practice today.
Really, he did. But Vegas always
it was quote unquote limited. So
they probably just walked around.
Yeah. He showed up
in his jersey. So
he showed up. He walked out on the field, said hello to a few players, and went home. Yeah,
he's like, I'm not getting hurt, but that's
fuck that shit.
New England,
New England's not ready. Listen, and not that I'm going to keep referencing fantasy, but the fact that I had to do a fucking surprise draft tonight, it's just relevant in my head. And you know what? They were saying that the Bengals are a team to stream as far as their defense is concerned because they open up against this Patriots team and they can really come out and fucking shine. And I think they have a decent matchup next week as well. So, like, yeah, I mean, look, if Cincinnati's going to be for real, you got to fucking think Joe Burrow's ready to play. But you know what? The only thing that scares me a little bit
Joe Burrow's wrist.
Yeah, he's coming off of that freak injury with his wrist. And remember how he started off the season slow last year when he
Yeah.
coming off of injury, then he got hurt again.
Yeah.
And then you're telling me there's no chase, there's no fucking mix in there. You know, it could be a surprise. It
Yeah,
could be
new
a
running back.
surprise. I wouldn't be
Messed up
shocked.
handoff. Yeah.
Huh?
New running backs messed up handoff, miscommunication.
Yeah, like so.
I
Listen, we
don't know.
gotta go Bengals here, but like I would not be surprised if New England covers.
Right. That's the thing. I think it might be too high of a spread. I think that's why it's going
But
down.
then
That's
again,
why
here's
you
the
would have
thing,
to
right?
take
So,
New
so I'll
England.
give you the other side. So unless
Yeah.
they just running Ramondre Stevenson down their throat, Jacoby Brissett scares no one. They don't
Yeah,
even
right.
know who the clear-cut number one wide receiver is yet. I'm rooting for
Yeah.
Polk because I
Polk,
took him in a
right?
bunch of leagues. But other
Right.
than that, it's like you don't even know. We don't even know. And what they were going to rely on Hunter Henry. So really, Hunter Henry and Stevenson is going to beat Joe Burrow in Cincinnati
You know what?
Cincinnati.
Nah, I think Cincinnati.
Yeah, all right.
They probably let it fall. They probably win by a couple of touchdowns.
I mean,
think
they probably.
I think New England put up a little points, but I think Cincinnati is too much for them. All
I
right,
think so
next
too.
game. Miami in Miami. This has overwritten all day.
Oh,
At
yeah.
Miami, -3.5 against Jacksonville. I think it's over by a billion points. I think they can
What is the over for shits and giggles?
I don't have it on me, but whatever. When I go to gamble, I'm going to bet the over. It's probably like 51 if I had
But
to
listen,
bet.
Miami home opener. They have a legitimate shot at winning this AFC East for the first time. Yes, I think Jacksonville's better. I think they're improved. I've been hearing great things about Trevor Lawrence coming out of camp.
Yeah.
Another year on the Doug Peterson. They're going to be better. That defense is going to be better. I think it's going to surprise me, but Miami has to win. They have to win this game. They cannot afford to lose that home opener to fucking Jacksonville with the rest of their schedule. They cannot. Not to think they're going to win that division.
I think they actually win by like 6.
Maybe
it's going to be real close.
It's like what, 3.5? You said
3.5. Yeah, we got to take
I
Miami.
hate that half, but like I'd probably buy it down if I was really gambling.
Yeah, buy a full point. Take it, -2.5. And all right, well, we're taking Miami there. Next
Miami
game,
for sure.
Giants. We all know we're taking the Giants.
Easy. Double down, best bet that shit.
That's
Fuck
a lot of-
Minnesota.
That's
Fuck
it.
that.
Next game I like a lot is at Atlanta. They're -2.5 against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, I don't know how they're gonna throw out these quarterbacks with that offensive line they got. Another guy went down injured yesterday.
Oh, Jesus.
Like they're gonna be awful. They're not gonna be able to put up points. Nobody's drafting Najee Harris. Nobody's drafting one of their Pittsburgh quarterbacks. It's gonna be a disaster there. And I'm telling
Everybody's drafting George Pickens.
Atlanta, yeah, dude, Atlanta all day, like all day.
I mean, the only thing with Atlanta is, new coach, new everything. We'll just see how it is. I just, how healthy Kirk Cousins truly is. But, other than that, I did take Cousins as my backup to Josh in this last draft. So, all good.
Atlanta's looking good.
Atlanta's fine.
Be a
Yeah,
nice,
Atlanta's
be a
okay.
sneaky team. All right, in Seattle, they're -5.5 against Denver.
Yeah. Seattle should roll.
Bo
Seattle
Nix first
should
start in
roll.
Seattle.
They should roll. It's in Seattle, right?
Yeah,
So it's not Mile High. It was Bo Nix starting? Is he the official starter?
yeah. Bo Nix's first start, but he has to go in
I
Seattle.
mean, I think Javonte Williams could have a big year. I didn't pick him up in too many drafts. I only got him really in one. Rookie quarterback starting on the road in Seattle. Nah, bro, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I mean, I want to take Denver. I really because I like Bo Nix, but because Seattle, like you got Geno, man, he just throws these dumb picks every once in a while. You just it's like head scratchers. So he,
like I said, if this was in Denver, I'd have a different feeling. But
yeah, right. If it was Denver,
Seattle on the road, really,
do you think they
come out and just open the game and fucking keep it close or win?
You think it's a close game?
I do. You want to talk about a bad offensive line? Like, there's a lot of fucking just negatives going against Denver here.
Right, but Sean Payton's the coach now, so it's a different team now. He wasn't
there last year.
I don't remember. I don't think so.
For sure. So Courtland Sutton, he don't fucking impress me. Like, they lost Jerry Jeudy. They're still looking for their identity. Who's going to be the other guy to step up? Like, they got a lot of question marks right now. Like I said, these are teams that can mature, and if it was like 2 or 3 weeks down the line, they might look differently on paper. You know what I'm trying to say? Or look differently in the game. So that's why I don't think it's so. Like, preseason coming out the gate, you got to just kind of go with what you got there, and my gut's telling me Seattle at home.
I hear you. All right, next game at the Chargers. They're -3.5 against Antonio Pierce's Vegas Raiders.
Harbaugh debut.
Yeah, horrible debut. He's definitely gonna get the win on his debut.
He's got to get the win.
That guy got a horseshoe up his ass. He should have
Yeah,
fucking coached. Should
hey,
have coached
gotta
Notre
get
Dame.
that dub on the fucking. You got to go with the home team, man.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. That's the 4 o'clock game, by the way. So if you're losing money or making a lot of money, bet the Chargers. All right, next game. This is a tough game in Cleveland. The Browns are minus 2.5 against Dallas. I mean,
Hey, this is gonna be actually a game I will watch.
do you trust Watson?
No,
I don't.
no.
Against Dallas's defense, he'll throw a couple dumb picks.
But then again, you also have to give credit because Cleveland's defense is pretty fucking good too, man. And
Yeah.
then if that comes down to it, right? Yes, do I think Dak and CD have the edge over Cooper and fucking Watson? Of course. But do I think that Jerome Ford at this point in time with that Cleveland running game is way better than Rico Dowell and fucking Ezekiel Elliott and fucking Dalvin Cook? Yeah, I kind of do. You know what I mean? And they're at home. You know,
These are the
this is a
games.
game, like I said, I'm not betting this unless I'm up money.
Right.
I just want to have some action.
But these are the games where Dallas goes away and they win. I always see this low spread where everybody's like, "Oh, Dallas is going to lose now." And Dallas always finds a way to win these close
We
games.
can go Dallas.
I'm
just saying.
I don't want to.
This is one of those games where unless I'm like I hit big over the weekend and fucking I hit on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and now I'm hitting 1 o'clock Sundays. Yeah, all right, I'm in.
Yeah.
But other than that, I ain't betting this game. That game's fucking no bet for me.
All right.
Maybe the under.
Yeah, that could be it too. All right. Next game at Tampa. Tampa is minus 3.5 against the Redskins. Yeah, I said it. Jaden Daniels, first game. I think Jaden Daniels is pretty nasty. So I think Washington's going to be okay at quarterback. Man,
Okay.
I'll probably take Washington. I think it's going to be one of those really, really tight games down to the wire. I'll take Washington.
Week 1 on the road, it might be hot down there. Tampa also might put them on the sun sideline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like they're gonna do some of that dirty shit in the beginning. I kind of like Tampa.
Like Tampa.
Yeah,
Okay.
fuck Washington, bro. No shot.
I
They're
hear
gonna
you.
start off the season 0-2.
All right. The Lions, they're home. They're going against the Rams. Both quarterbacks, former teams going against each other. Lions are definitely for real, man. They got a squad, but who knows? Sherrod got better than his former coach that could put him in some situations where, like, he doesn't look so great. So
Yeah, but he also has a sick running game.
he has a sick running game. He got the
Sick
best
running
offensive
game,
line.
sick tight end, number 1 wide receiver. Almost.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a lot. He's got a lot. So
what's the spread in this game?
3.5.
And
He does got a lot.
rematch? This is a rematch of the divisional round, right?
Yes.
Which was a shootout, but Detroit won. They covered too. I gotta go with Detroit one more time, bro. They're for real. Campbell's gonna have the motherfuckers running through brick walls and shit. And he's not gonna make bonehead moves that he did that cost him a Super Bowl trip. So
Yeah, I agree with that one. I think it's gonna be
pull it
close,
out.
but yeah, Detroit probably wins by a
like,
touchdown.
and you know what? That might be an over bet.
What if I could see an overtime game where it goes like they win by 6? You know what I mean? In overtime.
But like I said, I think that game's going over.
I could see.
Yeah, like 53 or 54, maybe if they want to put it up there. Like, but that game's.
Oh yeah, Detroit's
gonna have his. St. Brown's gonna have his. Kerryon Williams is gonna have his. Cooper Kupp. Like, it's gonna be a fucking shootout.
Yeah, Detroit didn't really do anything crazy in the offseason to get better at defense. You know what I mean? So they definitely put the score on them for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one to watch.
And another fun one to watch, the last game, the Monday night game at San Francisco. The Jets got to go out to San Fran. So New York team,
San Francisco.
3.5.
San Francisco, bro. Fuck that. Aaron Rodgers hasn't played in fucking in almost a year.
He's going home now.
Fucking,
Doesn't he live like in Cali or some shit?
Yeah, I think so. But
I think it's gonna be a wild game, man.
Jets
got a good D.
Listen, let me tell you something. The Jets will fucking definitely let their fan base know if they for real or not. You know what I mean? Because if it's like 6-3 at halftime, they're for fucking real. You know what I mean? Or even if they score a little bit, it's like 13-10 at halftime. You know what I mean? But like it's like a 3-point game. They're in it. Their defense is showing up. They put points on the board. They're hanging in there with San Fran in the first half. Oh fuck yeah! But
Yeah.
then also I could see them being rusty as fuck and San Fran blowing the handles off. So, you know what I mean? And they win by 17. I don't know.
Yeah, but that defense is crazy.
They
Crazy.
both got crazy D's.
And what's his name? McCaffrey's coming back from like a little hammy. Does he
Yeah,
play a
Ayuk
full game?
signed, Debo's healthy, Kittle's healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, Brock Purdy, he's ready to roll. He's ready to go. Like,
Listen, San Fran got the team. They had the team to beat.
they're the team to
Obviously.
beat. They unless they have a Super Bowl hangover, which I don't see. Yeah, dude. Like I like San Fran in that game.
It should be a really good game though. We're talking about two good
Oh
defenses
yeah.
going at
It
each
should
other.
be.
Like
It
it should
should
be
be.
like really down to the wire. All
And then
right.
I thought I saw some crazy shit too, where the referee is the same as the Monday night game against Buffalo last year, where Aaron Rodgers got hurt.
Oh no.
I don't know how true that is, but wow,
That's a
what it
bad
is.
omen if that's the fucking case. I want to throw him out there. All right, so that's our picks.
Oh, that's the picks. That's our fucking segment. That's everything, all wrapped up into one.
There you
Hope
go.
you guys enjoyed. We know we went a little extra, but that's okay. We haven't also been on in a couple of weeks, so fuck it. We can go a little overtime at times, right? Listen, I'm telling you right now, I like Minnesota a lot. I like Minnesota to get beat a lot by a lot, actually, right?
Right.
So I hate but take the Giants on the money line. Take Texas minus 2.5. I like that a lot, and I like your fucking Atlanta pick. Is that all 1:00 games, by the way? There, Mike.
Most of them, yeah.
No, but
Pretty much all of them. Yeah, all of them.
Atlanta, right? Giants and fucking what you call it? What was it? What did I just say? Houston. That's all 1:00, right?
All ones.
Dude, that's a sick parlay right there. We should do that. I
Um,
like that parlay. Giants money line, Houston minus 2.5, and Atlanta minus 2.5.
yeah, but you know how the gambling sites are. They could be like different. It could be 3.
They might be. I'm
You know what
looking
I mean?
on that.
They
We're gonna
do
go
that
on that
on
off
purpose.
air, but like that's my parlay. I think I'm booking that shit right now.
Do it. You already seen what I did on the touchdown.
Put on
Anytime
touchdown
touchdowns.
ones.
I have like 11 guys that need to score touchdowns to win a lot of money. So let's hopefully that happens and go Giants.
Let's do it, baby. Week 1 of the season. Let's kick this bitch off.
Peace.